Hello everyone, once again from the dystopian, capitalist, right-wing monarchy of the United Kingdom, and today we are talking about something that has united the whole political spectrum. The first time in human history have people on the far right, people on the right, people in the centre, libertarians, leftists, everyone can agree on one thing, and that is Elon Musk is an idiot for planning to remove the block button from Twitter. Yes, in Elon Musk's infinite wisdom, he is slowly removing common features across social media platforms, and one of the most common, and I think even a requirement to be on Google and the Apple stores, is having a block feature. Meaning, if you don't like what someone's saying to you, you can stop it, right? And you can imagine a lot of right-wingers would say, oh, you need your safe space, do you? Well, it appears actually most of them also do want their safe space, and they don't want leftists they don't like coming into their mentions and saying stuff to them. And it's just a feature we all like on social media. Like, I don't particularly use blocking too much. I'm going to show you my block list in a sec, but it's still helpful. As someone who uses Twitter a lot for news and trending topics, I like the block feature, so when I type something in, and there's some account that keeps spamming stuff, I can get rid of it. Mainly for me recently, that's to do with Ukraine and just blocking the propaganda accounts from both sides so I can actually read the proper news, because thanks to Elon Musk's Twitter, you pay for verification and you go straight to the top. But yeah, lots of people get legitimately terrible harassment on Twitter, mainly left-wing people, and blocking is a good way to stop that. But I've actually noticed in recent weeks, it seems the accounts I block keep popping up in my search feed. When I search a topic, they're still there. When I see replies under another tweet, they're still there as well, despite the fact I've blocked them for years. So I think he's been slowly rolling this out anyway. Now, basically, if you've blocked a group of people for harassing you, they will now have full access to your account again and can just keep spamming your mentions and getting their own followers to come into your mentions as well. So what will probably happen is coordinated harassment, where you can write something to someone and then boost it in the algorithm by getting people to like it or whatever. And if you've paid for a verified account, you'll be right up there. So Twitter, or X, as much as a cesspool as it's becoming, is about to get even worse. And everyone hates this. But Elon Musk doesn't seem to care. And why doesn't he care? Why will he do this, despite the fact he seems to do stuff based on popularity? It seems like he's insisting on this one thing. And it's probably because a lot of people have been blocking verified accounts. So if you remove block as a feature, then they're going to start seeing these accounts again. And it's all about ad revenue and impressions they can sell to companies. Now, before we go any further, please like the video. Follow me on social media at the Kavernacle. Yes, I am on Twitter, but I'm also on Threads. I'm also on Blue Sky. I'm also on Instagram. Go check out all those things. Also consider becoming a patron. Trying to build up as many $1 to $3 patrons as possible. Benefits include access to my Switch friend code, access to old exclusive content, and access to the private patrons Discord server. And please DM me once you sign up on Patreon. I will send you your own code, just taking security a bit more seriously. And also check out the subreddit and check out my second channel. All of those things down in the description. So before I show you my own block list to show you how I use block, here is how this all came about the other day. So Tesla owners Silicon Valley tweeted yesterday, is there ever a reason to block versus mute someone? Give your reasons. And then Elon Musk replies to this, block is going to be deleted as a feature, except for DMs. Following up saying, it makes no sense. And then someone else saying, the real reason for the block button was for people to foolishly signal to trolls that the troll had got to them. Mute is 200 IQ. Let them scream into the abyss. None the wiser. Precisely, Elon says. And then someone in the community notes wrote, if the ability to block users was to be removed, X would be in violation of policies of the App Store as well as the Google Play Store. Potentially, this could lead to X being removed from these platforms. And the Tesla owner Silicon Valley saying, even Elon Musk can get community notes. Musk saying, true, however that note is incorrect, and the community already voted it away. And because Elon Musk said in the past, people will vote on all changes to Twitter, someone said, I think this is very important for the block removal feature, and then he says, yeah, but what if it's blocked? Meaning, because so many people block Elon Musk, you can't get an accurate sample. I don't think that should really matter, to be honest, because you still get a general idea as the most followed account on the platform. We're going to talk about that a bit later maybe as well, because it appears like so many of them are bots. but you'd get like an accurate summary of the direction people want to go with Twitter, and you'd think he'd want that. But no, he's obviously full of shit like he always has been. So someone said there, muting is better. And if you don't know what that is, if you don't use social media, muting basically means you don't see their replies to you, or you don't see them tag you and stuff. And I traditionally mute people rather than block people. And I even mute some people who follow me, and I actually even mute people I follow myself. And that's all well and good. And I actually turned all my notifications to just people I follow, so I don't see most things people tweet about me or tag me in. But the problem being, that doesn't stop people replying to your tweet. So like I said, if you're a bigger account, like let's say Hassan, you're a verified account, you go in there, tweet something hateful at him, and now that's easier than it ever has been thanks to the lax regulations on hate speech. You get a bunch of your own followers to like that. If you're verified, that will go straight to the top. So although Hassan wouldn't see that because you're muted, everyone who goes on Hassan's tweet, including people who follow him or whatever, they will see that. And that's the point. You're still harassing them or taking over their mentions and helping to whip up hatred towards them. So it doesn't work as effectively as a block, which means they actually cannot even reply to it. So they can't do this in the first place. So that's the point of it. Now, like I said, I don't usually block people. I have about 100 accounts blocked. I'm going to show you a couple of them just to show you like how I really use this, because like I said, although I don't really use it, it does make my Twitter experience better because I get rid of like the annoying spam or just racist people. So stuff like this, the Eternal Anglo, loads of just like random ass like right-wing accounts that constantly appeared in like UK politics threads. Jackson Hinkle, got rid of him, like I said. Russian propagandist I don't want in my feed. To balance that out, I also blocked Dylan Burns, mainly because, like I said, whenever I'm trying to read stuff about the Ukraine war on Twitter, one of these two idiots just pops up all the time, tweeting some sort of propaganda thing for either side, and I really just don't want to read their tweets. And just like annoying YouTubers. And honestly, the funny thing is, I'm looking at these now, I really don't have any beef personally with any of these guys, but just like a lot of far-right accounts, Darren Grimes, Blair White, Christopher Rufo, bunch of random-ass people I don't even know. People I find annoying, like Sean Head, lots of turfy people like Helen Joyce, a lot of random like liberal people from the UK as well. A lot of it is like right-wing, far-right adjacent, a lot of it is turf adjacent, and some of it is like, I don't even know what you call them, some like pro-Russian leftists and stuff like that. But that's basically my block list. Like I said, most of it isn't a personal beef with any of these people, even if I don't really like them. It's just because I find their tweets annoying, and I seem to see them everywhere when I'm actually on Twitter looking either for stuff to cover or just news stories I'm interested in. So yeah, it serves a purpose to me, but for a lot of people on the left, you actually get harassed to an insane degree by other big verified accounts, so it makes sense that you would block them to protect your own like sanity, I guess. Now, let's go into the reaction to the blocking, right? So I think it's just a stupid idea, because I don't even understand why you're removing these features unless it's purely for a monetary reason, right? If you're talking about user experience, like I said, people utilize block lists in different ways. I utilize mine in one way, people do it in other ways. It's helpful to everyone. Everyone likes it or respects the feature. So no wonder this has united every single person. I'm not even joking. We're going to go through a big list of them. I'm going to leave out left-wing people because, yeah, you know we think this is stupid. So not too many leftists going to show up here. I'm mainly going to focus on all the Elon Musk simps as well, who've been promoting him for ages. And as the old saying goes, if you've lost Cat Turd, you've lost everyone, Elon Musk. So Cat Turd 2 writes, just heard Elon Musk is getting rid of the block feature. This is a horrible idea. Everyone's reply timeline now will be nothing but spammers, scammers, haters, doxers, and con artists. It will be impossible for accounts to read the real replies. It won't even be worth trying. I like almost all the new X features, but this is a terrible idea. I bet I've blocked 5,000 scammer accounts who just try to sell stuff or get free advertising in my replies. Again, he's lost Cat Turd. Massive simp for Elon Musk originally, before he didn't get his payout for his X tweets. Then you have Jack saying 100% mute only, because Jack is a libertarian, probably believes there should be no limits on free speech, whatever. Elon Musk saying Jack understands. So yeah, Jack understands that you shouldn't be able to block anyone on social media, just accept they're going to direct so much hate towards you. And Jack is so weird that seemingly made a very successful social media platform. A while after he's left Twitter, watches another guy buy it and like run it into the ground and still supports everything he's doing. Libs of TikTok saying, there are thousands of users who their sole mission on here is mass reporting campaigns. Why should they have access to our tweets so they can mass report us and potentially get us locked out of our account? Wall Street Silver, one of the most annoying accounts on Twitter. There are also tons of scammers trying to sell things in our replies. Links to crypto scams or whatever. If we want to block them from our replies, we should have that option. This is a huge mistake. Block is a critical feature. Zuby saying, this would be a terrible idea. With respect. Ian Miles Chong, again, another massive Elon Musk sycophant. Block should put them in read-only mode. I do not want them in my replies, but they should be able to see what I'm writing. Cernovich, just like a straight-up fascist, blocking is good and just. It's valuable feedback for users to learn that even in an attention economy, they are a net drag. This leads to self-awareness and improvement. Blocking changes lives for the better. This weird right-wing priest guy from GB News, why? Michael Malice, right-wing weird anarchist, boo. Ian Miles Chong popping up with another one. I've been on the receiving end of harassment campaigns, where some users with sizable cult followings decide to their followers to spam on my posts with harassing replies, screenshots, and the like. It happens to creators a lot. These people don't let up unless you block them. So the red-headed libertarian who Elon Musk like simps for, it's so obvious, like he's just like a reply guy to her. I utilize the block feature as a boundary to keep myself and my family safe from would-be stalkers and predators who politically target me and want to harm or frighten me. Maybe make it a Twitter Blue feature. I would pay extra for that because predators won't mute back. Like I said, you're uniting all of the political spectrum. Here comes enlightened centrist boogie. Let's not forget stalkers and more use your website. The ability to block them is important to keep some people safe. There are hundreds of cases of people being stalked online then harmed in real life. Don't encourage that by removing block. Now in comes Matt Walsh, another massive Elon Musk sim, again on the far right. Not a good idea. I don't block often, but when I do, it's because of accounts that do nothing but spam, harass, dox. That is so ironic considering everything he does on Twitter. I'm probably one of the most blocked people on this site, and even I'm saying that the block feature is needed. I mean, if you want to do something to explicitly empower the most vile and stupid users on the site, who make the user experience considerably worse for everyone, then this is the way to do it. But I can't figure out why you'd want to do that to begin with. I do love how a lot of these tweets from the far right are just like describing themselves. Musk actually replying to him, it will be better, watch. He ran a poll saying, should Elon Musk get rid of the block? And 78% saying no. Him saying again, the only argument I can see for getting rid of the block feature is if muting would prevent people from commenting on your thread or quote tweeting. You can make an argument every user should at least be able to see any posts on the site, but allowing them to comment on any post would be insane. The only downside to the block feature is that it allows cowards to talk about you, spread lies, and organize harassment campaigns while hiding behind the block. Taking that away while still giving us control over who comments on our own posts could be good. So even James Woods getting in on this, right-wing actor James Woods. In the midst of a libel suit, I was targeted by 30 trolls. The defendant enlisted to harass me. X will be untenable for people like me who are willing to share their identities. If he does this, I will have no choice but to retire from this site. Now, I didn't read many lefties' replies to this, but Kat Abu posted in January, point of view, you're a 23-year-old woman who researches right-wing extremism, and a 47-year-old conservative commentator post your dating profile on Twitter. And you just see all the insane replies she was getting. And she quote tweeted this today, let's be clear, getting rid of the block feature is an endorsement of harassment. Elon Musk not only wants users to be harassed, but to have to see it too. Cool stuff. Someone replying, don't know who this is, I suspect the stronger form of mute Elon Musk reference will be nearly the same as block, but with options for a day, week, month, or year. Block implies permanence. As a society, we should not default to you're dead to me forever. Not healthy. Mute for now. It's healthier. What is the logic here? You're dead to me forever. She's talking about, like, far-right trolls who are all talking about her appearance and saying, like, terrible stuff about her and messaging and commenting terrible stuff directly to her account, right? Why can't she block them forever and they can be dead to her? All they've done with their interaction with her has been terrible, right? This logic is absolutely, like, stupid. It's not like some sort of Reddit timeout for saying something bad. But I guess it just shows you a lot of right-wingers who love free speech and they talk about Twitter being the public square, First Amendment, they still like creating your own safe space on Twitter and not having to deal with a lot of leftist, like, harassment or whatever. Because as we see a lot of times, right-wingers think they're tweeting out an own, get some backlash from left-wing accounts, can't handle it, then start, like, blocking everyone, acting like the left are so unreasonable and don't like free speech because they publicly reject what these people say. And that's why Twitter actually used to be kind of good before the new verification system, is it felt like when you had these, like, debates about stuff, it felt more like democratic in terms of you could see what the actual majority used to think about things sometimes. Like, if you had this insane tweet from the right wing or just an insane tweet in general, you had people who were at the top of the comments with the most liked stuff, but that doesn't happen anymore. And although I've read you a lot of right-wingers crying about this, the verification system, which is disproportionately signed up to by the right wing, and the lack of blocks means they will be doing more harassing, right? Because they do the harassing in the first place. The right wing harass people on social media at a far disproportionate rate compared to the left wing. And left wing harassment is usually just like rebuttals and memes, where right wing harassment is usually like violent death threats and doxing people. That's literally what Matt Walsh has been doing on Twitter, and what a lot of these accounts I've read have been doing on Twitter. Libs of TikTok complaining that the block feature will be removed, despite the fact they built their whole social media presence on doxing teachers and sending them unwarranted hate and death threats and stuff like that. Matt Walsh and Libs of TikTok are complaining about, like, their own safety and harassment. Just so ironic they give it out, but they clearly are afraid of the same thing being done back to them. So I've said this a lot, but I think Elon Musk's handling of Twitter just proves beyond any doubt that we don't live in a meritocracy. We live in a place where someone like Elon Musk can take over a product that a lot of people like. I like Twitter in the past a lot. And he can run it into the ground, remove all barriers to hate speech, remove features that everyone likes or paywall them. And now we found something that the whole political spectrum can unite behind and say, yeah, Elon Musk, you're an idiot for removing the block feature. Like, we all like this feature. Don't get rid of it. You can maybe change it so they can see the tweets, but can't reply to them. But Elon Musk is like, no, I'm just going to get rid of it altogether for various different reasons. And you guys can let me know in the comments, why do you think he is removing this stuff? I think personally it's about impressions and it's about his own tweets, right? He realizes so many people block him, they're just not seeing what he writes, and he wants to sell to advertisers, I guess, his own data about how many people view his tweets, and I guess general data about how many people view advertiser tweets. And if you set up one of those things that blocks all verified accounts, you're just never ever going to see them. So let's see what he actually does, because Elon Musk is nothing but a populist in a very, very basic sense, in that he will literally just do anything that's popular to appease people who simp for him. And that's mainly the far right on Twitter, right? And because people like Matt Walsh, Ian Miles Chong have all said, yeah, this is a terrible idea, a lot of the libertarian right-wingers he simps for, like these women, have also said it's a bad idea. I think he'll back down. Like, remember recently where he said Twitter will only be on dark mode? And then he backed down when people were like, no. A lot of people who have, like, neurological issues, I know I can't have dark mode on anything because the white lines of the text just appear in my vision after looking at it for like 5 seconds. And then he backed down. So now this backlash is so strong, he will either back down or he must have a very, very good incentive to not back down. And we will see what that is, I guess, in the coming days. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching.